I simply told them what my experience was, which is that if they absorbed all of the tons of bits of information that we had to give them in order for them to perform the show, that they would receive in return one of the most extraordinary theatrical experiences of their entire lives. It's astonishingly paced and built. The show just keeps building and building and building in a really amazing way. So who knows? We may have to have medical assistance in the lobby after.
It was my first Broadway show. My Broadway debut, I was 19 years old. I had just moved to New York a month prior to being hired. And I was hired as the standby for Polly and Irene, and then 6 months later they made me the standby for Tess and the emergency Mrs. Fodor cover, which I thankfully never went on for. A little young. And so Christmas week, for 2 weeks, starting Christmas week, Jodie Benson took her first vacation from the show, and I got to do 14, days of Crazy for You with all my family in New York City at Christmas time. It was great. I haven't done this show in a long time, and I think that one of the best parts about this show is that as a woman, you get to sort of have the best of both worlds. You get to be a little bit of a tomboy, you get to be really tough, you get to wear jeans and cowboy boots, and then you come out in this beautiful feathered ball gown at the end and dance, beautifully and get lifted and thrown in the air. And so it's sort of a little bit of everything. And then singing Gershwin, of course, is almost, you want it to be effortless. So it's one of those things that you don't have to think too hard about vocally. You hope your technique just kicks in and you can just enjoy it, which I always do. And, the orchestrations in the show are extraordinary. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like she's a pretty feisty character, and I think that I am the same in certain ways. Stubborn, and but always looking for love, and it sort of comes unexpected. And I'd like to think that Polly and Bobby have a happy ending, and years and years of marriage as their life goes on, which I've been married for 12 years to my lovely man, so I don't know if that coincides in any way.
There's a saying old, says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain lad I've had in mind. Looking everywhere, I haven't found him yet. He's the big affair I cannot forget. Only man I ever think of with regret. I'd like to add his initial to my monogram. Tell me, where's the shepherd for
I played Javert in Les Mis, this very determined, self-righteous, kind of mean person, and I think Bella has a lot of those characters. He's very sure of what he wants, and he doesn't kill anyone or commit suicide at the end. But I think there's some serious similarities. Of course, I'm joking, but yeah, they're totally polar opposites. Even the style of the show is absolutely different. Les Mis is so epic and so serious and moral driven. It's the whole journey, and this show is just quintessential Broadway musical comedy, broad musical comedy, which is just a blast. The dancing and the comedy, and it's incredible. Yeah.
Well, gosh, you're barely off stage. I feel like it's one of those shows that beats you up entirely, and you just keep rolling with the punches. It is definitely a stamina game, and you have to build up to it. And I said it nearly killed me when I accepted that Kevin Kline Award. I said it nearly killed me, but I was happy to be a part of it.
Holding hands at midnight 'neath the starry sky. Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. Strolling with the one girl, sighing sigh after sigh. Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try.
This week I'm playing Irene in Crazy For You. She is the rich fiance of Bobby, who comes after him in Nevada and finds love unexpectedly with a rugged lank there.
Lank is the stage direction Shay, a manic fellow. He's just a really passionate guy, and I think that's really where Lank comes from. He comes from the passion of what he doesn't know but wants to know.
She's different because, as I said, she has a maturity of age that I'm not used to playing. Her voice is deeper than a lot of the other characters that I've played, but it is a familiar seduction scene that I get to play. And in Shimmy Girl, I was dancing on a table, and again, I will be dancing on a table, so there's a theme, common thread in this season. I think I'll be on a table and curtains too, so.